to join us in some music. We're going to sing a beautiful song called I'm So Grateful. It's the month of November, and it's a great Karen Drecker song. So as soon as we got our words up there, we're going to go into this. And I believe, is this the one that has the gestures? All right, so we got some motions coming up. Anytime we get those words, there they are. Here. And here we go.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
Yeah, please feel free to stand if you want.
I'm so grateful.
And move those arms.
I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 again, I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
All right, wonderful job. I'd like to introduce our musicians this morning. We have on drums, David Page. On bass, Bill Dixon. On guitar, Mr. Ed Cusby. I'm Diane King-Van here at the keys. And we have the wonderful Karen Allen and Rick Dale as our song leaders and soloists this morning. We're so glad to have them with us. Now, if you haven't stood up already, please stretch those legs coming up. And we're going to do Thank You for This Day, another Karen Drecker song. Here we go.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health.
And now time to meet and greet your neighbor. Go say howdy. And work your way on back. We got a couple more verses to sing together. And here we are. Thank you for my life.
Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit, thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. my opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Wonderful.
Already.
Good morning. Boy, there's a lot of people here. That's always nice to see, because we know that you had lots of things you could have been doing today. You may not notice it, but the clocks went back and you could still be sleeping. Or you could be up and getting ready to get angry about the results of the football games of today, or the political views, or whatever it is you like to get angry about. But instead, you chose to come here. And we welcome you, because we welcome everybody. We are a transcendent center, and we teach spiritual principles. And with these spiritual principles, you can actually change the circumstances of your life and experience what you really came here for. A life with more love, more joy, more prosperity, more health, more satisfaction, more of every good thing you could conceive. So, welcome. And we're going to start the way we start everything around here. We're going to remind you to turn off your cell phones, and then we're going to do an affirmative prayer. So if you'll join me. And as I go inward, I recognize the truth that there is one source, only one source. And this source is love, and it's infinite intelligence. It is infinite power that occupies and is present in every space. And it is the creator, the animator of everyone and everything that is, that was, that ever will be. And it is all there is, so it is unopposed and unopposable. It is perfect peace, perfect joy. And each of us is a divine idea in this one mind. Each of us is Spirit's vehicle, extended into this realm of time and space for the purpose of expressing more of itself, more love, more joy, more harmony, more peace, more prosperity, more of every good thing, because well-being is constantly streaming into our lives, through us and around us. And so I claim for each person here, knowing that as I speak my word, that I am a self-conscious expression of this one, as is everyone. And so with this awareness, I'm able to consciously direct this creative magnificence. So I claim that each person here is experiencing and finding exactly what brought us here today. That each person is finding that piece of truth that finally allows each person to accept the reality of having the life of our dreams. So I claim that this good is already done. I know that as I speak my word, that everything in creation, including that which is yet to be created, has already arranged itself perfectly and seamlessly to deliver this good. So I release it into these perfect spiritual laws that act with absolute precision, knowing I can always count on them. And with gladness and expectation and peace in my heart, I simply let it be with gratitude. And together we say, and so it is. And now I'm going to invite practitioner Dave Friedman to come up here and help me with the announcements, because they know I get lost up here sometimes and they don't want me to make any big mistakes. And the very first thing is to note that Conscious Connection will not be happening today. There's another event happening right after the service, but it will continue next week.
Good morning. Nice. This Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month, Wednesday Wisdom will be started off with a potluck. Bring something to eat and eat stuff you didn't bring.
Classes have started, and there's an insert in your announcement so you can get details.
And then a couple of Wednesdays out, we are opening a brand new thing, I guess, for lack of a better word. Aiden Greeny is the point person for what we're calling the business networking. It's going to be Wednesday, November 18th at 7 a.m. here. We'll all be probably out in the parking lot because no one else will be here to open the building at that time. But come
Aiden
on out
has
and
a key. Aiden has a key.
Aiden has a key. Come on out and business network with like-minded people.
Or even people who'd like to be like-minded people. There's also on December 6th, and I know it's a ways away, but there is a holiday brunch and a boutique. And I'm mentioning it now because you need to sign up on the kiosk. I see somebody shaking her head. She's in charge of that. Am I that right? Wrong? Oh. Anyways, you need to sign up on the kiosk if you'd like to display your items for sale at the boutique.
Tai Chi classes. Can you hear me? Every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. out in the lawn behind the building. Wear gym shoes. This is a gift from Dr. Jane. This is a beautiful thing that she's doing for us. Are you here today? Nope, but you'll be here next Saturday at 9 a.m.
Okay, our church is about to be involved in a huge solar project, and there are flyers for information, or you could see Gene back there who's going to raise his hand. I think I see him back there, and he can give you more information on it. It's really an exciting project for those of you who care about our life support systems.
There's a lot of stuff going on outside and around the church. We have Shifting Sands here on Thursday. We have a men's group this Tuesday, See Me. We got a women's group on Friday, See Laura. And then there's a community outreach where we're actually involved a lot in the community doing stuff. Go to the table after the service and see where you'd like to plug in and add some assistance. I got a special thing today. This coming up Saturday, November 7th at 9 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be a Native American planting of a bunch of Native American plants. Ceremonies, prayers, refreshments. Again, see Gene for details.
I should have put these on before. There really are a lot of you out there, and you're all good looking too. You're very welcome. Community outreach. There is a welcome table, and Doris Pilardi is in charge of that. We really believe what we teach. We are all connected, and so we do community outreach and donate things to assist people who can use help. Also, there is a rare opening. One of our executive suites here at Talega is just becoming available today. So if you know someone who would like to have an office, have their business in a place like this, actually this very place, where you get to be around people who will constantly be fluffing your aura and raising your consciousness. And our flowers today, these beautiful flowers, are donated from Dr. Heather to celebrate all of our amazing members and friends. So I guess that's all of us. Thank you, Heather. And now I'm going to leave Dave alone, unguarded, to do the affirmation.
Fluffing your aura. I trust the power of spiritual practice is always healing each dimension of my being, body, mind, and heart. I lovingly bring careful and kind attention to the painful places of my life, allowing my compassionate attention to suffuse every part of it. There you go, ready. I trust the power of spiritual practice is always each dimension of body, mind, and heart. I lovingly bring careful and kind attention to the painful places in my life, allowing my compassionate attention to fuse every part. So
All right, let's please welcome Karen and Rick Allendale.
We're going to do a little song by newlywed Jason Mraz called Living in the Moment.
If this life is one act, why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just want to be free. I will not waste my days making up all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go, and I know I don't know, and I know I only do this by living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment. I'm letting myself off the hook for things I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go of the thoughts that do not make me strong, and I believe this way can feel the same for everyone. So if I fall asleep, I know you'll be the one who'll always remind me to live in the moment, to live my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. Oh, I can't walk through life facing backwards. I have tried more than once to just make sure, and I was denied the future I've been searching for. I spun around and hurt no more. By living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, peace in my heart, peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home. I'm living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy. Peace in my mind, oh, peace in my heart, thoughts that peace in my soul. And I believe this way can feel the same for everyone. I'm living in the moment of the living my life. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more. I'm letting go thoughts that peace in my soul. Strong, and I believe this way can feel the same for everyone. I'm living in the moment.
Karen Allen and Rick Dale, we are so blessed to have them. And now please welcome our very own Reverend Heather Dawn Clark.
Thank you so much for choosing that song and performing it so well. Reverend Karen introduced a number of us to Jason Mraz and that song, and we're very grateful. It's such a beautiful song and a perfect song for today. We are in a new month, and a new month means a new theme. The theme this month is a path with heart. And it means your spiritual path with a soft, open heart, with a loving heart, with a kind awareness of self. And my today's talk is entitled Necessary Healing. The universe has no sense of humor. It has no sense of humor. All of a sudden yesterday, itchy eyes, runny nose, like, okay, this is only about today's talk. That's it, then I'm done with this. So necessary healing. You know, there was a Baptist minister and his wife, and they were looking for a dog, but they really wanted a Baptist dog. They looked all over the place. Finally, finally, they were assured by this kennel owner that this dog was a Baptist dog. So they took the dog home, and they just loved this dog. And the dog was very smart. They'd ask him to get the Bible. He'd go get the Bible. They asked him, turn to Psalm 23. He'd turn to Psalm 23, really dexterous paws, good nose. And so they were showing him off to friends of theirs at dinner one night. And one of their friends said, well, what about the regular commands? They said, we don't know. We've never asked. Let's try it. So he said, heel. And the dog jumped up and put his paw on the pastor's forehead. He said, oh, no, it's not a Baptist dog at all. It's an evangelical dog. Laughter is so good, and it is so good for us to take ourselves lightly and lovingly. You know, on the spiritual path, as you're doing your spiritual practices, if you can't do them with self-love and self-tenderness, you're actually pushing away your good. We spent all of the month of October with this wonderful consciousness of building prosperity consciousness. And if we're self-critical, if we're self-critical of the ways we're doing anything, what we're actually saying is, not now, thank you very much, universe. Not now. It takes a lot of discipline to love yourself. It takes a lot of love to look in the mirror every single day, look in your own eyes, and say, I love you. I really, really love you. You are a wonderful human being. You can say man or woman or whatever you happen to be or whatever you want to be. It doesn't matter, but look into those eyes looking at you and tell yourself the truth of your being, that you're wonderful. Create an image of likeness of divine mind. So what is this necessary healing? So this is all based on a book by Jack Kornfield. Jack Kornfield is a Buddhist American. He's an American who was educated in the East, and then he went away, I think, to India, but anyway, studied Buddhism, shaved his head, got the robes, and came back to America. And he realized that here in America, he had to practice Buddhism in a different way than he did there in Tibet, China, or India, or wherever he was practicing. That he had to incorporate loving kindness for all the people around him and to be who he was, who he is, this American young man. It's our greatest job to love ourselves. I used to say at the end of every service, just the way I am and just the way I am not. And I really think it's important to remember that you're not comparing yourself to anyone else. You're not trying to be like someone else. Your whole job is to be authentically you. Warts and wonders. Exactly you. No one else can do your job. No one else can show up as you. Just you. You're the only one that can do it. So the necessary healing is simply that. It's simply allowing yourself to be fully present as you every moment. And particularly in your spiritual practices, to be completely present with loving kindness toward yourself. This morning, our meditation was an ancient Buddhist practice. And it's the 4 phrases. May I be filled with loving kindness. Now, we religious scientists like to turn that around to affirmation. I am filled with loving kindness. Let's say that together. I am filled with loving kindness. And the second statement is, may I be well. I am well. I am well. The third statement is may I be peace-filled and with ease. So we say, I am peace-filled and with ease. And the last one is, may I be happy. I am happy. Okay. Now we've just made some declarations, bold declarations that are essentially true, the spiritual truth of each one of us. But here's what sometimes we do. We get this little measuring stick out and we go, yeah, but. I'm pretty good, but yeah, but. So yesterday we had this wonderful, beautiful celebration of Mary Didelot's life. And when I was preparing for it, because I looked at how the son, Mike, had organized it, I cut my comments in half, cut and pasted the second part of my comments to the end of the service, and as I was, and then thought I deleted it, copied, pasted, deleted. I missed the delete part. So, so during the service, I went, this is really long. I was sure I cut it out. And then I got to the end and went, oh, this is the same thing that I already said. Oh man, the monkey mind was a chattering. How can you not be present for this woman's what? Stop it. In this moment, can you be filled with loving kindness toward yourself? In this moment, can you be filled with loving kindness toward yourself? Toward the people in your life. Just the way you are right now. You're a magnificent spiritual being. So the three areas of necessary healing are, surprise, surprise, body, heart, mind. Body, heart, mind. Sometimes in meditation, and this is a really good way to think of it, sometimes in meditation, when you're sitting for a long time, you may get a little itch or a little pain, and you may want to shift your position. Instead of doing that, ask yourself, send loving attention to that part of you that's in pain, needs attention. What is going on with that aspect? What is going on in my stomach? What's going on in my shoulders? I'm telling you, I've had more information about my shoulders in the last week and a half as I've been rereading this book. What's going on? What burden do you think you're carrying? This is God's center. This is God's life. Let go, for heaven's sake. You're not in control of it anyway. So let go. So, you know, our bodies are a metaphor. Anything that's going on in your body, just ask yourself, what could that mean about me? So, if there's something you can't grasp, what is it you can't grasp? What is it that you're trying to shoulder? How are you not supporting or being supportive? It's always something, and if you are puzzled about it, make an appointment with a practitioner. They'll be happy to help you. But instead of moving and making your body more comfortable, ask. Go within and ask, what is this message that this part of my body is giving to me right now? What is it saying? What's the deep idea? Knowing God is everywhere present, definitely that infinite intelligence is in every cell of your body. And oftentimes we store our hurts in our body. They're stored there. I was, years ago, the very first Asilomar conference I was at, we used to have an annual conference at Asilomar Conference Grounds. And I went to one before I was a minister, before I was a practitioner. I was the only one from our side of the family there. And I had the most glorious experience. And one of the workshops was done by a woman called Margie Kopp, who is a practitioner. And she talked about the memory of pain in our bodies. How if we don't heal it and forgive it and let it go, then it's there stored as pain, as memory. And she helped us work through this process of forgiveness. It was just like everything released. I know I did some practitioner work here recently where everything released, where all of the pain just simply went away. Why? Because there was more self-love. There was more self-acceptance. You know, You can't get to New York if you don't know where you are. If you don't know you're here in Orange County, you'll go the wrong direction. You need to know where you are before you go any place. And so acceptance of what is just knowing where you are. It's just marking the spot. This is where I am right now in body, and doing the same thing with heart, doing the same thing with mind. So in terms of heart, who is it that I'm still blaming? One of our former practitioner students used to tell me that she knew when she had work to do, because she'd find herself arguing with me in her mind. You probably do the same thing, arguing with a spiritual teacher, with a book, with Ernest, because, it's not about us, it's about you. It's about you. So is there forgiveness that you can do? Is there something you can let go of? Remember my favorite quote, the God of love cannot hear the prayer of the one who fails to love himself. You have to love yourself. You can't just love the whole world and hate you, because your love then isn't real. It's inauthentic. It's really important you love you and forgive you, and then forgive the others in your world. And then the third place that healing must be done is in the mind. And Jack Kornfield, I'm sure that we would have all been Buddhists if we weren't religious scientists, because it's so similar. He says, healing the mind is just healing a belief in separation. It's healing a belief in two powers, in God and something else. There is only God as everything. There's only one. So healing our minds is just getting clear that our life is God's life. And that just the way you are, you're enough. There's an old teaching story that I'm very, very fond of. It's about a monk that was on one side of a lake, and he was practicing in this little hut, and he was singing, he was chanting. He'd chant all night long, and across the lake, the head of that particular path was listening to the chant, and the chant wasn't right. It was incorrect. It wasn't the right words, it wasn't the right melody. So he got in his boat and he paddled across the lake, and with all his loving kindness and with all his support, he wanted to tell this monk that I'm going to help you get the words right and the chant right, because I can hear it across the lake. It's very beautiful, but it's incorrect. And I know you would want to glorify God by doing this correctly. And so the monk said, oh, yes, Master, I'm so grateful that you'd come all this way to help me. And so he learned and studied, and all night long he was teaching him this chant and getting it right. And anyway, finally, the head decides to go back across. He thinks his work is done. He's done such a good service. And he starts paddling. He doesn't hear the monk chanting. He looks out, and here this one is walking across the water to him, saying, Master, please stop. I've forgotten the chant. He's walking on the water. He had it right for him. Just like you have your prayers right for you, if you're loving yourself. There's not one iota anyone can give you that would make you more spiritual than you are right now. As I was reading Cornfield's book, he has some wonderful stories of people that come to his spiritual retreats and have healings. And one of the stories that I particularly like, he was working with a young man who at 26 had his leg amputated high up. And he was very bitter. And in therapy, he drew a picture of himself, and where the leg was, there was a great big black crayon. This was absent, and then the prosthesis was. And anyway, they worked and they worked and they worked on self-love, on acceptance, on being. And then he started giving back. He started visiting other people who were having difficulties. And he went to visit a singer who was in the hospital. She had both breasts had been removed, and she was desolate. She was so destroyed emotionally. She wouldn't look at anyone. She wouldn't talk to anyone. She certainly wouldn't sing. So he went into her room, and he was trying to get her to cheer up. And there was music playing on the radio. And so he was dancing. He took off his prosthesis and was dancing on one leg. And she started laughing. She said, "Mister, if you could dance, I could surely sing." And meanwhile, working back with his therapist, the therapist showed him his original picture, and he said, "How would you draw this now? Are there any changes?" "No, that's the right picture, except for one thing." And he took a yellow crayon, and where the black line was, he colored yellow. He said, "My break, where my broken part was where the light comes through." The light comes through each one of us, through those broken parts, if we're first willing to accept them as what is now, and willing to move on with our own authentic voice, with our own gifts, our own wholeness. You know what? You are the ones. This is the time. I have 3 poems. I wonder when I get to my lectern which one I'll choose to read. They're all good. This is David White, The Opening of Eyes. That day, I saw beneath dark clouds our passing light over the water, and I heard the voice of the world speak out. I knew then, as I had before, life is no passing memory of what has been, nor the remaining pages of a great book waiting to be read. It is the opening of eyes long closed. It is the vision of far-off things, seen for the silence they hold. It is the heart, after years of secret conversing, speaking out loud in the clear air. It is Moses in the desert, fallen to his knees before the lit bush. It is the man throwing away his shoes as if to enter heaven, and holding himself astonished, opened at last, fallen in love with solid ground. Fallen in love with the solid ground of your being. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. We're going to pray, and Diane's going to open us with a little melody. So I ask you to just let that, hear it with loving kindness.
Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know that you are. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know that you are. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know.
I'm speaking this word in the first person for each one of us. And this is what I know in this holy moment of now, that there is God and nothing else, that infinite life is the life uncommon. It's the life of good. It is the invisible first cause of all creation, everywhere present. It is not only within me, but it is around me, through me, and it is expressing as me right here, right now. I bring greater loving kindness to every situation in my life. First and foremost, to myself, to my experiences in the world. I accept that this is where I am, and it's good and very good. I let God do its work in me, through me, around me, and as me. I give thanks that I am this I am. I give thanks that my mind is the clear, brilliant mind of divine mind. I give thanks that my heart is the heart of the infinite. It's the infinite love of life itself, greater than anything imaginable, greater than any hardship or difficulty, greater than any struggle or suffering. The heart of the universe is beating its life force through me right now. I know that this awareness in me, this change in me, changes everything. How I perceive life, how I perceive myself, how I perceive others. All of my relationships are God relationships. They're good. They're great. I'm so grateful for it all. And with my heart filled with gratitude, I simply place this word in the law of mind. I accept that it's already done, and please help me anchor it by saying with me, and so it is. Thank you. And I now invite Reverend Karen Allen and Rick Dale to the platform.
This next song is written by Rick Dale. This gentleman here.
Thank you. Sit. Heel. The first thing that you do to heal is forgive yourself. Accepting that your dreams are real and believe there is no rain without the sun. You can't harmonize unless you are one.
The next thing that you do to heal is to live for life. Reconcile what you think and feel and believe. There is no thought you cannot change. You have the power to break your own chains. Power never let you down. In the hour of need, you just let your seed, watch it grow, and blow those blues out of town.
Oh, guitar.
There is no thought that cannot change. You have the power to dissolve your chains. Power never let you down. In the hour of need, you just let your seed watch it grow. And know those fears underground.
The best thing you can do to heal is to help someone. Put your shoulder to the wheel
And go with all you have. The good you do will come back to you. The path of love is waiting for you. I would never let you down. In the hour of need, you just let your seed watch it grow. And know your good will hang around. I would never let you down. In the hour of need, you just let your seed watch it grow. And blow those blues out of town.
Watch it grow.
Allendale.
We kind of need the band to just be off because we're doing something. This is the time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. So if the stewards would come forward and if Harry would go backward because you can't come forward because you've got another job to do. We need someone else. Fred or Bruce, could one of you? Oh, Reverend Karen? Okay. So what we're doing today, we're going to show you some highlights of this last year during our offertory time. And behind it is a Allendale song, which we love so much. So just let your heart fill with gratitude for life, for God, for substance and all supply. So in this holiest moment of now, please repeat after me. Divine love within me.
Divine love within me
Blesses and consecrates
blesses and consecrates
all that I am,
all that I am,
all that I have,
all that I have,
all that I give.
and all that I give.
I give with love,
I give with love,
and I love to give.
and I love to give.
I'm grateful that this is so,
I'm grateful that this is so,
and so it is.
and so it is.
Just let the stewards get a little ways away, and then we will turn it on, please. So dimming lights, especially the house lights.
So many things play their part and take their place in moving me. With an open heart, grateful heart. The love of my family.
With an open
Heart, grateful heart.
laughter shared with good friends.
With an open heart, grateful heart. A healthy, happy body.
With an open heart,
Heart, grateful heart.
smiles of little children.
With an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart, I give to my world.
With a grateful heart, I do receive. mine now.
With an open heart, grateful heart. The true love of my true love.
With an open heart,
Heart, grateful heart.
beautiful sunsets and waterfalls.
With an open heart, grateful heart. Football games and pizza.
With an open heart,
Heart, grateful heart.
rainbows painting blue skies.
With an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart, I give to my world.
With a grateful heart and to receive. Believing good is mine now.
With an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart, I give to my world.
With a grateful heart and to receive. Believing good is mine now.
With an open heart, grateful heart. The oneness of all life.
With an open
Heart, grateful heart.
dancing free and flowing.
With an open heart, grateful heart. Singing loud and joyful.
With an open
Heart, grateful heart.
knowing peace and freedom.
With an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart, I give to my world.
With a grateful heart and to receive. Yeah. Believing good is mine now.
With an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart, grateful heart. With an open heart, grateful heart.
Of course, that wasn't everything we did this year because we did a whole lot of classes. There wasn't one picture of any of the classes. We did a whole lot of other things. So bring your cameras. Don't put your cell phones away when you're told to put them away. Keep them up and take some pictures. See what's going on here. It's so good. We are so greatly blessed. And if you haven't had your picture taken yet for our directory, please call and make an appointment and get a picture taken. We want to see who you are. We want to know that you're part of this community. So now let's bring the kids in.